The numbers are staggering. Well over 10,000 people a month fleeing war in the Middle East or economic despair in Africa, taking to boats and heading to Europe. Some will die, but many will be rescued, most likely by the Italian Navy.
Feeling it's like I want to reborn again, so close to death.
Tonight, inside Italy's Operation Mare Nostrum, the search, the rescue, and the big question for Europe: what happens next? Summer's slowly winding to an end in the port city of Taranto, southern Italy. It's a low-key holiday spot for Italians on a budget, and its back streets and beaches give the impression of an idyllic Mediterranean getaway. That is until the ships of the Italian Navy range into view. Taranto is a major southern base for the Italian fleet, and that's put it in the thick of one of the world's most dramatic and overwhelming humanitarian crises. Back in port this morning is the San Giusto. It's brought to shore 1,700 people who've been plucked from overcrowded boats in the middle of the Mediterranean, fleeing from Africa and the Middle East.
It's by far the most we carried, and it's a number that we never dealt with in the past.
The Italians don't refer to them as asylum seekers or refugees or even economic migrants. They simply call them the migranti. After undergoing health checks, these people will be bussed off to different processing centres all around the country. But some are sent here, down the road from the wharf. And just a few hours after coming ashore, this family is being allowed to walk out of this facility, right in front of the local police.
Did you think it would be easy to leave the processing centre? Like, you're just allowed to walk out of the centre?
Yeah, it's simple. They're so friendly. They didn't try to keep us inside. They gave us the freedom to stay with them or leave.
Mohammed and his family are from Idlib in Syria, a town devastated by the civil war.
And what are you guys doing now? What's your plan?
We're trying to find a clothes store and then heading to Milano and then find another place. Another country, maybe Sweden or Netherlands or Germany. We don't know till now. We didn't decide.
As Mohammed and his family plan the next stage of their journey, The San Giusto is being readied to head out again. So far this year, the Italians have led the rescue of about 140,000 people, fleeing turmoil in places like Syria and Eritrea. But thousands more are expected to risk the crossing before winter seas make it too dangerous. We've been invited aboard and inside their operation. The San Giusto is an amphibious assault carrier designed to transport military vehicles and armoury, not thousands of passengers.
Condizioni meteo, sì, la nuvolosità è un po' aumentata e il mare è calmo.
Captain Mario Martesi and his 300 crew have had to adapt quickly to the demands of this humanitarian mission.
We're definitely heading for the scene of action, and as we speak, things are going on, and we're just waiting for order to get there and try to do our job.
On our way south, we call by the Italian island of Lampedusa. A year ago, a boat packed with as many as 500 Eritreans capsized within a couple of hundred metres of the shore here. More than 350 people drowned. In response to the public outcry, the government launched Operation Mare Nostrum, meaning Our Sea, just a few weeks later, in order to prevent further tragedies. A day's sailing further south and we're in international waters, 80 nautical miles off Libya, in what's known as the hot zone.
C'è il blocco perché devono ripianare la quota di combustibile.
Crew monitor satellite feeds and drones, scanning for boats in distress. The search and rescue area extends 43,000 square kilometres.
Ma sei infiltrita? No, tanto non tieni neanche caldo.
All over the San Giusto, preparations intensify as the crew braces for the arrival of hundreds of migranti.
Fabrizio! Continua, fai come se fosse...
Sergeant Major Francesco Quanzo has served in Kosovo, Iraq and Afghanistan. Here, he's in charge of security and managing the people who are rescued.
2 o 3 giorni in cui siamo veramente a stretto contatto con loro e quindi capisci che la loro necessità di scappare dalle guerre, dal pericolo, specialmente i bambini, dove vedi nei loro occhi la gioia di arrivare in un posto più tranquillo dove non sentono il rumore delle bombe, degli aerei che passano sopra le loro teste.
The Navy's rescue policy is costing more than $13 million a month at a time when the economy is doing badly.
È difficile, in effetti è proprio così. In Italia non tutti sono a favore di questa operazione, però magari non sanno nello specifico quello che noi facciamo. E io gli rispondo, anche noi, anche i nostri antenati sono scappati quando c'è stata la guerra e sono andati a trovare fortuna in America, in altre zone, in Australia, in Svizzera, in altri posti dove non c'era guerra e c'era la prospettiva di un futuro migliore.
Va messa la cerniera e il velcro va agganciato. Non ci deve essere nulla di penzolone.
First Seaman Saverio Rizzi has a senior operational role.
Possibilmente. Per cui da piccolo ho sempre avuto questa passione, questa voglia di lavorare con il mare, qualcosa nata dentro. Non so perché me l'hanno trasmesso i miei genitori. E comunque le zattere che abbiamo a bordo.
Once the call for help comes through, Saverio will deploy the San Giusto's 4 rescue boats and their emergency teams.
Mare Nostrum, un mio pensiero personale, e aiutare tanta gente, e lo faccio io in prima persona col cuore veramente, cioè mi sento davvero di dare cuore, corpo e anima.
It's not just sailors and Marines who are part of this massive exercise. Intensive care specialist Dr. Valeria Songer came down from Milan on her holidays to volunteer. She will help run the infirmary and do basic medical checks on all the people rescued.
Allora, qui fa già molto caldo, quando arriveranno i profughi, i pazienti, apriremo dei portelloni in modo che circoli un po' aria, noi indosseremo delle tute perché avremo ancora più caldo, però bisogna anche proteggersi da eventuali patologie infettive che questi potrebbero avere, quindi lavoreremo sicuramente in una condizione molto stressante anche dal punto di vista fisico.
Ce n'è una marea, li ho messi io lì dietro, è pieno. Lancia la spiaggia, autorizzazione al controllo per ammainare la spiaggia.
Suddenly, it's on.
Allora abbiamo avuto una segnalazione di un natante, quindi pare sia un gommone, con circa un centinaio di persone. Adesso hanno dato a noi un ordine di mettere a mare i mezzi e andare eventualmente a soccorrerli. Perché io vi do l'ok? Perché se c'è il caso sanitario sarà una cosa molto rapida anche da parte nostra.
Now we have to wear these special suits. The Italian Navy is really quite worried about the Ebola threat from Africa, and we don't know where these people are from on this boat. So we're all suited up and we're going to be heading out in a moment and hopefully on our way there soon.
Hey, do you have kids? Babies? Do you have babies? No? Do you have women? Is anybody sick? All right. And how many are you? About? I have been asking you to sit down. I see many people still standing. So please, come on. Come on now.
Sono da poppa verso prora. Noi glieli passiamo a centro. Okay.
The transfer from one boat to another has to be done very carefully before anyone panics. Experience tells the Italians that many of these guys can't swim.
What's over there? Okay. What did I say?
There's a bit of panicking about life jackets, so they're just trying to make sure everyone on the ship doesn't panic in case it topples over. There's so many people on this little rubber dinghy.
How long were you in the boat?
2 days.
How are you feeling now?
So far this year, more than 3,000 people have died trying to make this journey. But for these young men, from a mix of war-torn and poverty-stricken countries, the risk has paid off. "22-year-old Laman is from Gambia.
So many dreams, can I tell you?
And you think you're going to find your dreams in Europe?
For sure. Yeah.
Where are you from?
It all happened so quickly. 1 minute they're floating in the middle of the sea. The next, Dr. Valeria and her colleagues are making sure they're okay. Meanwhile, Francesco and his Marine squad are sorting out where everyone will go.
Appena finisci di fare la perquisizione, mandami gli ospiti già perquisiti.
Roger.
Since Operation Mare Nostrum started, the number of arrivals by boat has more than tripled. Some accuse the Italians of encouraging more people to take the dangerous journey. Vice Admiral Filippo Foffi is the commander of the Italian fleet. He says the numbers are up due to increasing world conflict.
Bisogna intervenire lungo la strada di questo viaggio tremendo. Una nazione che è in grossa difficoltà e che chiede aiuto è la Libia. Noi abbiamo il dovere in quei casi, perché siamo in mare, di intervenire per salvare delle vite umane in mare. Se non siamo per mare, non vediamo quello che succede. Chiudiamo gli occhi, spegniamo le luci e in quel modo non c'è bisogno di respingere, perché loro moriranno.
Even as the Africans are being processed, another alert comes through.
We've just heard the news that less than 3 hours since the last rescue, another 220 people have been picked up. This time, they're rescued by a merchant ship in the middle of the Mediterranean. So now the Italian Navy is going to go out and do a transfer. It's quite risky because it's dark outside now, and there's around 220 people that they need to transfer from a big merchant ship onto their smaller one before they bring it back to the San Giusto.
A Norwegian supply ship came across a boatload of 230 people a couple of hours ago.
We heard about a different vessel where 40 people drowned today, so we are happy that everybody here got saved. Nobody got injured.
In the dark, it's difficult to tie the vessels together.
Poi c'è una signora sulla sedia a rotelle che è molto pesante. Dovremmo riuscire.
We jump on board, and waiting in the dark are hundreds of nervous and exhausted Syrians. Men, women and children.
They all come from Syria and they're escaping from the war there. When we told them that they would not go back to Libya, everybody was very happy.
Oh, pronti, giovani! Oh, ragazzi, andiamo. Please, please.
Lawlessness in Libya means the people smuggling business has exploded. It's a violent place, and the migranti are only too willing to pay the $1,000 or so to set sail.
Kifik. Alhamdulillah.
Delicatissimo. Occhio alla schiena della bambina.
We've been giving all of them water and talking to everybody so they feel safe, and especially giving attention to all the children, because the children have to live with this for the rest of their lives, so it's important that they get a good experience.
No. Okay, 1 minute. Aspettate.
Mama.
How are you feeling?
Feeling it's like I want to reborn again. It's I was so close to death, and God is the first one who needed to thank, and to the second. Thank you from everything, from the morning to the evening.
As we pull away, there's a big thanks to their Norwegian rescuers.
Quando siete pronti, iniziamo il trasbordo. 10 alla volta.
Back at the dock, Severio is ready to welcome them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Welcome. Naturalmente quando entrano le imbarcazioni piene di gente, lì è una cosa mia personale, il cuore un attimo è risentito perché diciamo non è una cosa quotidiana, non è una cosa che si vede tutti i giorni, per cui lì l'adrenalina mi sale e cerco di dare una mano molto più volentieri, proprio aiutare di persona ogni singola persona che sale sulla nostra nave.
For these families, it's been a long and uncertain journey. First fleeing war in their homeland, then dealing with people smuggling gangs in Libya, to the very dangerous boat trip. But finally, they've reached safety.
Please open.
The next morning, the kitchen is busy. Down below, it's everyone's first proper meal for more than 36 hours. The young man we spoke to last night, Ahmed, is busy helping the Marines.
If you find apples maybe work. الصغار كل واحد واحد كل واحد الواحد لا ما اعطيتهم في طب يلا اعطي
The 22-year-old is from Aleppo, in Syria's north. He says the war at home left him with only 3 options in life.
First options, it's kill people. It's easier. When you have these options, everyone will help you to kill people. Or being killed. Even here, it's easier from the option 1. Because in every street in Syria there is snipers, there is bombing. And option 3 that we are taking, it leaves the country, and is most hurtful choice.
Non ho capito. Il mediatore è già a bordo.
Word has come through that another Italian vessel, a Navy frigate, has rescued 300 more men. By the time they're transferred aboard, there'll be more than 800 people in this very hot, very crowded garage.
When more people come, it's be hard to be here. But we're happy because another boat has been saved.
For each life the Italians save, a new beginning awaits in Europe.
Primi che ho visto le famiglie coi bambini, la prima cosa che volevo fare era piangere.
Ma chi?
La domanda che io mi pongo ogni volta che li guardo è cosa sarà della loro vita, dove andranno, chi li accoglierà.
EU law says refugees must seek asylum in the first country they arrive in. Some will stay for the food and shelter offered by the processing centres, while they wait for their claims to be examined. Some will live and work locally and illegally. But in reality, many of these people rescued by Italy try to leave the country as soon as they can. And back on shore, Mohammed and his family, who we met earlier, are about to do just that. With little chance of finding work in Italy, they, like many others, are going to try to sneak over the Italian border to a more prosperous European country like Germany, Sweden or the Netherlands. They hope their new European-style clothes will help them escape the border guards' attention. They've spent all their money on the train tickets and they risk being forcibly returned to Italy, but they've got nothing to lose.
I'm feeling great. It's a new beginning for my life. We're here and we're going to head to our final destination. Maybe one of the countries in Europe, and I consider it as a new beginning.
Good luck.
Goodbye.
Good luck.
And after bearing the full cost of the rescue operation for a year, without any help from the rest of Europe, Italy is pretty happy to see them go.
Forse i controlli che vengono fatti per evitare, in alcuni casi, queste fughe non sono dei controlli ferrei, ma dovete pensare anche che una sola nazione non può essere il contenitore degli arrivi all'infinito.
There are believed to be between 500 and 700,000 more people waiting in Libya to try to get to Europe. Mare Nostrum is scheduled to end in just a few weeks and is due to be replaced by a European border force, operating on just a third of the budget of the Italian mission. It will also not have a mandate to do search and rescue far out to sea, instead staying close to the coast.
Permessa a mare Mazinga.
But for now, as the calls keep coming, these sailors and Marines are proud to save as many as they can.
Sono una goccia nell'oceano, però questa goccia penso di contribuire, lo faccio col cuore.